Hey guys, Bladeofire here, bringing you another StarCraft English commentary. And as I've promised yesterday, I will continue with the series between WeMade Fox and STX Seoul in the Shinhan Bank Pro League 2008-2009, Round 2, Week 2. And here we come to the fourth game. By the way, I'll be talking about the results in the first three sets, so in case you've missed the first three sets, please watch the commentaries on my account now before watching this, so I don't spoil them for you. Fourth game will be Pure versus Cal on Destination. Speaking really quickly about what happened in the first, in the other games. First game we had Bye Baby versus Last. Very good show from Bye Baby on Chapang Ryong. Really managed to show that Last is a total newbie as far as it comes to broadcasted matches. He only had one game ever played in a Pro League, Last. So it wasn't a problem for the 14-year-old to finish him off. Then we had a wait, let me think. What was the second game? Second game was Mind versus Shuttle. That was a TVP on Medusa, and Mind actually put up a very good standard game against Shuttle's desperate attempt to land a DT within Mind's base. Mind had very well anticipated that. He had built missile turrets all over the place, and all that taking up very quickly for Shuttle brought him absolutely nothing. He just didn't have the units to fight off Mind, and so the Great Terran won another victory for WeMade. Afterwards, game 3 was ZBZ Calm versus Roro, with Calm putting a very good show with his Mutalisks. Always constantly attacking, taking his gas before his opponent, getting an advantage through that, and then always harassing with the Mutalisks, diversion attempts, and also getting some good Scourge attacks. In the end, winning the decisive Mutalisk battle, winning that ZVZ. And now we come to a PvP, and let me just check. I believe that we have Pure as the green toss at the that's Cal. Cal is at the bottom position. He is the I can't really see it on the minimap now. I think that's green Protoss, and at the top position on Destination as I believe that is white Protoss in this quad core image that they always like to use with the first person view. At the top we have Pure playing for WeMade Fox. And a little bit of an info about these two players, so you get an idea about them. So STX Seoul's Cal actually is called Gojilla in the meantime. I really don't like when pro gamers change their names like Luxury to Practice, because it's always so hard to keep track, and it's very confusing for the viewers. And you always have to call him Cal, even though he changed his name to Gojilla, because otherwise nobody's really gonna know what's Gojilla. And so that's quite annoying actually. He's actually had a good play. He was second in the MBC Star League, GOM TV MBC game Star League 2008 Season 4, and he's got a good overall percentage, 52.86%. PvP is, however, his weakest matchup. You have to really notice the difference. PvT and PvZ are at about 60-something%. PvP only 47.9%. Whilst Pure is looking a lot better, 56% in PvP. That's a strong show from him. Very strong show. This is his strongest matchup, on the other hand. They're the same age, they're both 18, and now considering the last PvPs that they've played, Cal has won actually against Stork in the Pro League. That was pretty good, but the ones before he lost to Jangbi, he lost to Backho, and the last game that he played against Pure, he actually managed to win also on the 5th of November 2008 in the Pro League. Whilst Pure, taking a look at his last PvPs, he lost to Cal in that game that I just mentioned. So that was the last PvP that he's played recently, so to speak. Both cybernetic scores spinning, getting that Dragoon range up, So it's a very standard game from both players, none of them trying to go with anything cheesy. They both go for a very similar tactics. Now we're going to see that Nexus go up there. There you have Nexus up for Cal, and Nexus will be built by Pure in just about a second now. He's delaying actually a little bit, and here we come to the first battle. Cal has to be careful because he's outnumbered by two zealots. He has one zealot there, he has another dragoon there. He's gonna retreat for now. He did manage to put the Nexus a little bit earlier, but he was pushed back as a result of that. Talking a little bit about Destination, it's a very interesting map. By the way, sorry if you watched the first set, I was always thinking about Chapang Ryong, but always saying Destination. That was fairly stupid on my part. So, yeah, whatever. Stupid on my part. Sorry, guys. Talking about Destination now, this map is more or less formed by 6 plateaus all over on the edges of the map. 2 of the plateaus, of course, up and down being the locations for the mains. 2 other being fairly well protected with 2 ramps, and the other 2 who are at the 7 o'clock and at the 1 o'clock position respectively have a very big ramp towards the center, not that easy to hold. You actually have 2 bridges that you have to cross to get to your opponent. That's good. If you're pushed back, you can retreat behind those behind these 2 bridges. The problem is it's fairly hard also to break out a contain over those 2 bridges, barging in with your troops. In the meantime, an observatory going up for Cal, Citadel of Aden also, and I'm also okay. So there's the robotic support bay observatory, and there you have some goons camping around and protecting this expansion setup here. Want to see what's going on the other side. 2 gateways on the other side. So Cal is actually going to go for tech, whilst his opponent is delaying it a little bit. Now, he actually has. He just didn't have his own Citadel of Aden. He actually has the robotic support bay and the observatory. I actually missed that. I was, you know, pretty wondering what is he doing actually. There you have the Templar archives coming up from Cal. So he's probably going to go with some Dark Templar, try to make some you know, harass on Pure's forces. In the meantime, Citadel of Aden by Pure as well. So both going with the exact same tactics. And we're probably going to see some DTs running past each other, and it's just going to be important that each player... That was a good shot on the observer, careless a little bit there from Pure, not taking more care with that observer. He needs those observers for the DTs. So also High Templar, I think, will play a big role. And when I'm thinking of High Templar, I'm rather thinking of Jangbi, but these 2 players also know how to control their storms, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see some very good storming in this game as it continues. Also talking about Destination, it has 3 bridges in the middle of the map, actually 5 bridges, 3 more in the middle, 2 a little bit to the exterior. You have to cross those also to get on the other side. I believe this will be the divide between the 2 armies, as we see a fairly defensive game with both players being content to just build up their economy with the expansion, build up forces, not harass each other very much. Of course, DT shuttle harass will come now, but unless any one of them inflicts severe damage, I believe it will come eventually to a pretty big fight in the middle, and those 3 bridges will be the divide between the forces. And it will be whoever guy will be able to cross the bridges smarter, maybe use the exterior bridges to flank the other guy's army, use the storms to a maximum effect, to maximum damage. I believe that will be the one that will take a decisive lead into this game, unless, as I've said, any crazy harass will happen right now. Shuttle coming in from Cal right now behind this expansion of Pure. He's actually, and the arrival of and the arrival of the shuttle causes quite a lot of unrest amongst those probes. They're all retreating. A couple of goons trying to control the situation and make sure that no Templars are going to be landed. I actually think that's a High Templar inside. I'm sorry for not having paid a lot more attention, but I think those are High Templar, or at least one High Templar within that shuttle. Two High Templar coming out for